now you're live.
Yeah, but you talked at the beginning after you went live.
But we're live.
That's you're supposed to use.
We're live now.
You're supposed to use the hands.
We're still live.
You ever seen it? They go 5, 4, 3,
1.
Oh, this is gold. You can't make the show.
1 action.
Oh my god, he's saying action now. He's got an you know I'm the editing team, right?
I have to get one of those little clapboards. Clap.
I have to edit the clapboard out though. We could just skip the clap.
No, we want the clapboard in it. Production values, bro.
No, they only did that because they had one reel of film. We can stop it now.
Why would we want to do that? I want one continuous take with clapboards.
Welcome to the future. This is our blockchain company. Spencer wants to use film and a single take. Oh my. Okay. So today we're going to talk about overvolting versus undervolting. Okay. So Spencer is my overvolt and undervolt master. Now, what is overvolting? Why is it important? And which is the most profitable for you? Those are pretty great questions. So Spencer, what is overvolting?
So overvolting,
Or let's say, I guess, what is volting first? What is the volt in
basically,
volting?
when you have graphics processing units, they have to consume a certain amount of electricity. Now, usually what happens is you'll have a range at which they operate. So let's take the 1070 Ti, for example. They operate anywhere from around 150 to 180 watts.
Or 250, depending on the model.
Yeah, 250 or 1070s tend to be over 200, and the
Correct.
1070 Ti's are usually lower.
Yeah.
So what happens is as you increase your clock speeds, you're increasing the amount of voltage draw or power draw on the graphics card. So if you're looking for more stability at higher clocks, you generally have to increase the maximum voltage that the card can do.
Higher power consumption.
Higher power consumption.
Yeah.
Now, that has more to do when you're doing graphical processing. And in mining, we're not actually using the graphics processor, we're just using the memory. So what we can do is we can actually dial back the power draw on the card quite significantly.
Which is called undervolt.
Which is called undervolting.
Yeah, and the reason this is a benefit is because it reduces the cost of running the equipment. It reduces the kilowatt per hour cost of the video cards themselves. So where if we were playing video games, we wouldn't want to do something like that. Generally, in most situations, we undervolt our miners and our clients' miners that we build on commercial scale. Now, the reason you undervolt is to save cost on powers. Now, what's a situation where you would continue to overvolt?
Say you were building a really fancy graphics rendering computer or a gaming computer, and you wanted to run at like the very max settings.
Yes. Now, overvolting tends to decrease the lifespan of the video cards longer than undervolting.
Correct.
And now the other thing to consider is if you don't pay for power, you can get some increases in profit from overvolting and overclocking, which is increasing the memory and channel rates of your video cards, while remaining stable at higher power consumption rates. So what I mean by that is while undervolting saves you money from the running cost, overvolting will allow you to overcharge the video card to a higher degree while remaining stable. Now, Spencer, what's your opinion on that? The only situation that's really feasible is if you have incredibly cheap or free power.
Yeah, or you're doing like benchmarking or any type of work that you're doing that's going to be temporary. Because our miners are always on, always running, the additional heat that's generated by the power draw is actually more detrimental to the hardware.
At large.
At large.
Yeah, and performance at large.
And performance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, when we undervolt our cards, we're basically, sometimes you'll notice that your hash rate won't actually drop. Other times you'll get maybe like
a slight.
I think on average I'm seeing like a 5 to 10% decrease in your hash rate, but you're dropping the voltage of the card, or the voltage draw of the card, by like 70-80%. So it's actually a huge savings.
Huge savings. It's very common. It's very common to get 30-40% power consumption savings easily. That's something easily achieved by most video cards. Now, the savings in power generally outweigh the profits you would receive by that additional hash power, is what Spencer's getting to. So yeah, that's overvolting and undervolting. Generally, you would only overvolt in a situation whereas you had new hardware with warranty, that you were had in a very cool situation, a well-ventilated, cool room, or if you had free electricity. Otherwise, you generally want to balance your undervolting and your overclocking to get the most efficiency and the most profits from your miner. So that's my opinion. Thanks to Spencer, a programmer. We'll actually have a more detailed video on Steemit and on YouTube later this month, which shows the breakdown of how Spencer actually does the underclocking and overvolting and undervolting in Linux and Windows itself. If you'd like to see more detailed information about that as well, refer to our Bitcoin class, which you can get with the special access code you see below at a 50% discount. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Alex and Spencer for the Crypto Kings at the Land Closet on Steemit and your blockchain experts. Ciao.